Hey, Leslie, I need to apologize about something because there's a problem. I didn't mean any harm.
What kind of problem? I've got a bad feeling about this.
I borrowed your car yesterday. It really helped me out.
What? My car? What do you mean? I haven't heard anything about my car.
So, I meant to contact you, but I was busy and forgot. But don't worry, I returned it in one piece.
No, wait. Using someone's car without permission isn't normal, right? How do you even have my car keys in the first place?
Oh, don't get so worked up. The other day I borrowed your keys and made a spare copy.
What?
Oh, we're friends, so it shouldn't be a problem to lend it to me.
Being friends doesn't make it okay to use things without asking. Give me back the keys right now.
You don't have to be so stingy.
Did something happen to the car?
Well, not really a problem, but I might have scratched it a little. Just some paint came off.
What? The paint came off? That definitely need repairs.
Oh, you're overreacting. Is it really necessary to repair something so small? You have insurance anyway, right? Just use that.
No, this isn't about money. First of all, using someone else's car without permission is wrong.
Okay, I get it. I'll be more careful next time, so let it go. By the way, I might need to borrow it again, so could you fill it up with gas?
Are you kidding me? You used it without my knowledge, damaged it, and you're planning to borrow it again? Give me back the keys. I can't believe this.
Don't say you can't believe it. I was in trouble too. I suddenly had something to do and had no other options.
But that's not my problem, right? If you had just checked with me first, I might have been able to help.
I already apologized, didn't I? Besides, look, you weren't using it anyway. It's not like lending it would have cost you anything.
This isn't about cost. It's about common sense.
Oh, come on, don't be so angry. Now you got a favor you can ask from me, right? Let's keep helping each other out.
Favor? Help each other? I'm the one being victimized here. You haven't done anything else, have you?
Well, nothing else particularly, but oh yeah. I left some garbage in your car. Could you throw it away? I ran out of space, so I left them there.
Garbage? Ugh, disgusting.
It's not a big deal, just a little thing. You're being too nitpicky. Leslie, sorry to bother you when you're busy, but I really need to talk to you.
What is it? Did something happen?
I want to ask you something, so answer honestly. I'm feeling kind of uneasy.
What's wrong, Victoria? Are you in trouble?
Well, it's not exactly trouble, but you built a house recently, right? Why didn't you tell me?
Oh yeah, I did, but I wasn't trying to hide it. I just didn't think it was something I needed to announce.
Hey, that's so cold. All the other moms were talking about it. Were you trying to exclude me by keeping quiet?
I wasn't trying to exclude anyone. I just didn't tell anyone. I wonder how it became gossip. I have no idea how that happened.
No idea? Is that so? More importantly, your house is looking fancy. It's like a mansion and such a huge garden. I was shocked when I saw it.
It's not fancy at all. It's not that special. I think it's just a normal house.
Oh, is that false modesty? Like, this kind of house is normal for me? That's quite arrogant for a single mother.
Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I meant at all. How can you interpret it like that?
Well, it's true, though. I was just genuinely surprised that an insurance agent could make that much money. I didn't mean anything nasty by it.
If that's really what you meant, it's none of your business.
Now, don't get so angry. But really, it's such a nice house. Although, isn't it just a burnt-down site now?
Burnt down? What do you mean?
Oh, you didn't know? Your house burned down completely. nothing left of it.
Wait, are you serious?
Sorry. We were playing with fireworks in your garden and it caused a huge fire. Miriam was so clumsy, you know. It burned down completely, but since a child did it, you'll forgive us, right?
What?
Yeah, my daughter did it, so you'll forgive us, right?
Wait, did you actually go all the way to San Diego?
Huh? What are you talking about? What's in San Diego?
I mean, you set off fireworks in the garden of the house I built.
You built your house in San Jose, right?
Well, did you check the address properly?
Of course I did. Are you making fun of me?
I see. Well, San Jose, San Diego. It might be easy to get confused. No wonder our conversation wasn't making sense. Jeez, Victoria, what have you done?
Like I said, I'm apologizing. What? Don't tell me you're going to blame Miriam. It's so unreasonable to get angry at what children do. Maybe this fire was divine punishment?
That's not it. That burned down house has nothing to do with me.
Huh? Hey, is this your harassment? Do something about this. I'm going to have a nervous breakdown. What are you thinking? Just now, strangers suddenly came and started yelling at me. They treated me like a criminal. It's outrageous.
What happened? Calm down and explain properly.
Those people were screaming things like, how dare you burn down our precious house? And how are you going to take responsibility? It's giving me a headache.
Like I've been saying, that house isn't mine and has nothing to do with me.
That's a lie. That can't be. I was told by a credible source. That house was definitely the one you built.
Who exactly told you that? This is completely wrong. And why can't you understand that it's not true?
A lie? Then why are these rumors saying that the house is yours? Everyone was saying so.
Rumors are just rumors. I don't know where that story came from, but the fact is, I have nothing to do with that house. Actually, I didn't build a house for myself.
What do you mean? And then, what did you build?
I built a house for my parents. Their old house was deteriorating and dangerous, so I built them a new home in San Diego so they could live without worry. So this is completely separate from the house you burned down.
Wait a minute. So all that talk about that house in San Jose being yours was completely made up? That's a lie. Because I heard that house was the one you built.
I don't know who told you that, but it's not true. Well, more than a lie, it's misinformation. Like I said, I didn't build a house for myself.
But
it's for my parents. They live in San Diego and their house was quite old. So as a way to repay them, I built them a barrier-free house.
What?
I thought something was odd. The house is very ordinary and by no means could be called a mansion from any angle.
Wait a minute. Then why do people say that your mansion in San Jose was your house?
I'd like to know that too. Probably the story about me building a house for my parents got around, and coincidentally, someone with the same name as me built a house there. So people probably thought this must be it, right? I don't know who made such a mistake.
So, then, this house really has nothing to do with you?
That's what I've been saying.
Don't mess with me. Then, what are we supposed to do about this? Can you take responsibility?
Why would I need to take responsibility?
I let Miriam burn it because I thought it was your house, and now...
What? Let her burn it? Wasn't it an accident?
Yes, of course. It was an accident.
But you just said you let her burn it.
Oh, shut up. It's just a figure of speech. Anyway, I know nothing about this.
Hi, Kelly. How's it going? Is everything okay? I've been worried. How's Miriam doing?
She hasn't been herself lately. When I try to talk to her, she just avoids me. I say she seems more depressed. It's hard to explain, but she seems really troubled.
Do you know what's causing it?
I think it's probably that. You know about how she burned down someone's house?
Is that what she's saying?
Yeah, she says it's her fault, that she's to blame.
I see. Please keep looking out for her.
I know, that's what friends are for.
Hey, what kind of person are you? How can you say such cruel things and abandon your friends so easily? It's shocking. I've had enough.
What are you even talking about?
You told the police you had nothing to do with this, didn't you? Unbelievable.
Well, that's because I don't have anything to do with it. Honestly, you're the one who needs to stop. You're lying to the police and making it sound like I'm the one at fault. Like I was bragging about building some unrelated house and telling people they could use the yard anytime they wanted. I don't know how you come up with such ridiculous lies. Because of you, the police even came to my house.
You denying it just made things even more complicated.
Well, I had to deny it since it's completely untrue.
This is all your fault. It started because you excluded me.
Excluded you? Are you talking about the moms gathering the other day when I didn't invite you to my house?
Of course we are. What else could it be? If you have some excuse, go ahead and tell me.
Well, honestly, it's because every time you come to my house, you steal things. I even tried to bring it up casually, but you just ignored me and kept doing it. So I decided not to invite you anymore.
How dare you accuse me of that? You're calling me a thief?
What other word fits?
You have no proof. I could sue you for defamation, you know.
You're aware I have cats, right?
What does that have to do with anything?
I have pet cameras installed to keep an eye on them when I'm out.
Pet cameras?
Yes, and they caught you stealing. Clear as day. Not once, but 4 times. And that's just what's recorded. Who knows how much more is missing?
It wasn't stealing. I just borrowed some essentials. Why make such a big deal out of it?
Because theft is theft. I didn't report it to the police for the sake of the kids, but you're really testing my patience with this grudge of yours.
It's not a grudge. You excluding me and me borrowing some things are separate issues. Just because I took a few household items doesn't change the fact that you excluded me.
Then just because I excluded you doesn't change the fact that you misunderstood and set fire to someone else's house, does it? I'll admit I excluded you, and I'm sorry for that. Now it's your turn to take responsibility for setting a house on fire.
You always have some twisted excuse for everything, don't you? Why should I take responsibility?
Are you seriously asking why?
I already told you, it wasn't me, it was Miriam.
And?
She's just a kid. Haven't you heard of the juvenile law? Kids can't be held responsible for crimes.
You've got to be kidding me.
Nope. Miriam burned the house down. Too bad it wasn't yours. But don't think this is over. You'll regret leaving me out. Mark my words. Seriously, what's your problem? How much longer are you going to harass me? What are you expecting to get out of me?
What do you want this time? Another issue?
It's more than just an issue. Someone claiming to be a representative of the other party just came to my house demanding damages. What's going on here?
Isn't it obvious? Considering what you've done, this was bound to happen.
Why? It was Miriam who started the fire. Why should I be held responsible? This makes no sense.
Unbelievable. Were you serious about what you said last time? I thought it was just a joke or that you were rambling nonsense. I can't believe you actually think this way.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you calling me unreasonable? Explain yourself.
Have you ever heard of parental responsibility? Whatever your child does is your responsibility. If they damage someone's property, you're the one who has to compensate for it. That includes burning down a house.
I've never heard of such a thing. Isn't there a juvenile law? Kids can't be held accountable for crimes, right?
That's for criminal cases. Civil liability is entirely different. Honestly, it's embarrassing that you didn't know this. Do you even understand what it means to be a parent?
Wait a second. You can't just spring this on me. I didn't know. And besides, I'm a victim here too.
A victim? Of what exactly? Do you even realize what you're saying? This all happened because of your actions.
It's your fault for excluding me. If you hadn't ignored me, none of this would have happened. This is all on you.
You're still clinging to that excuse? Blaming others for the consequences of your actions? It's pathetic.
Oh, shut up. They didn't teach us this in school.
Whether you were taught or not, it's basic common sense. Then again, I suppose there's no point expecting that from someone who not only steals from others, but also holds a grudge when they're no longer welcomed.
Why do you have to keep putting me down like this?
You caused all of this and still managed to act like a victim. But more importantly, was what you said before true? That you had Miriam set the fire? I wanted to believe it wasn't, but if you really thought you weren't responsible for your child's actions, then...
I told you it wasn't like that. She was just careless. It doesn't matter anymore. What are you going to do? If this gets back to my husband while he's away on his assignment...
Are you really worried about that? I'm more concerned about Miriam's mental state. Doesn't it bother you? My daughter mentioned that she hasn't seemed well lately. Isn't that something you should be addressing?
This isn't the time for that.
Not the time. We're talking about your daughter.
This issue is way more pressing. I can't pay that kind of money.
I see. So to you, money is more important than your own daughter.
It depends on the situation.
For me, my daughter is always my priority. No amount of money or even my own life comes before her.
How sickening. Stop acting all righteous. There's no way anyone would put their kid above themselves, not even you. Anyway, that's not the point right now. Do something about this. You're partly responsible for this mess, so come up with a solution and fix it.
Well, if it's a money problem, there might be a way to fix it.
Oh, really?
You know what I do for a living, don't you?
Insurance sales. So what?
Exactly. Insurance can cover the costs. In fact, depending on the situation, you could even profit from it.
What are you saying? I don't have insurance for this.
Well, that's why we'll just say you had it all along.
Wait, is that even possible?
Of course it's not. But since this is a mom-friend emergency, I'm willing to walk a fine line.
Really? You're actually kind of amazing.
Oh, wait. No, that won't work.
Why not?
Because the house was burned down by Miriam, wasn't it? This kind of plan won't work in that case.
Wait, it wasn't her. Well, it was, but it wasn't really.
Explaining over text is too complicated. Let's meet and talk about this properly. We'll need a detailed plan to see if the insurance can even be applied.
Sure, that's a great idea.
I'll arrange a private room somewhere so no one overhears us.
Got it. Oh, thank you. I was really at my wit's end.
Whether it'll work or not, I can't say for sure.
You better make it work. If it does, I'll let everything that's happened between us slide. What's going on here? How long do you plan to keep me waiting? You act like everything's fine, completely ignoring how I feel. It's been 10 days since I last heard from you.
I'm sorry. I was just about to give you an update since we finally reached a conclusion.
Really? So, what's the decision? How much am I getting?
Getting? What do you mean by that? Are you confusing things?
What? You told me about insurance. How I might even come out ahead. You got my hopes up, so don't start playing games now.
Oh, did I say something like that? Well, regardless, let me explain the outcome.
Fine, just hurry up and tell me. How much am I getting?
I'm sorry, but this isn't going to work out.
No way. What do you mean not going to work out? Explain yourself.
Exactly what it sounds like. The insurance claim isn't happening. And compensation for damages is out of the question.
You've got to be kidding me. I only went on vacation because I thought I'd be getting money out of this.
You left Miriam with me while you were away. You must have felt pretty secure about the whole situation.
You're the one who insisted on taking care of her. And didn't you suggest the trip in the first place? Now you're trying to pin this on me?
I did suggest it, but for Miriam's sake, not to encourage you to indulge yourself. Still, going on vacation in the middle of this mess is just beyond comprehension.
What the hell are you talking about?
Your actions amounted to arson, plain and simple. This wasn't an accident. It was a crime. There's no way insurance would cover that.
What? You're the one who told me to tell the truth because it was the only way to make it work.
Yes, and I recorded that conversation. I'll be taking it to the police now.
Wait a second. The police? Why?
To report your crime, obviously.
What? Why is this happening? You're completely contradicting yourself. Are you telling me this was your plan all along to set me up?
You're surprisingly perceptive for once.
Don't screw with me! You think you'll get away with this?
You're the one who shouldn't be let off the hook. Blaming arson on your own child? That's inhumane. But I'm relieved to know Miriam didn't actually start the fire. You commanded her to do it, and when she refused, you got impatient and lit the fire yourself. Then you turned to her saying, "This is your fault. Do you want mommy to go to jail because of you?"
You tricked me into saying that! I was manipulated. No way the police will believe your recording. In fact, this could prove my innocence.
How so?
It's obvious. You set me up with these dirty tactics, and now you're practically confessing to being the mastermind. We were threatened by you, forced to comply against our will.
What kind of logic is that? You really come up with these stories so easily.
It's not a story, it's the truth. Just admit it already. It's not just me. Miriam will testify to the same thing.
Are you planning to threaten her into giving testimony that suits your narrative?
What are you even talking about? We're just going to tell the truth, that's all. Looks like you've lost. Too bad, loser. This is what happens when you get too cocky, you criminal. Oh, but honestly, having you arrested doesn't benefit me much. If you agree to pay the damages up front, I might just let you off the hook.
You're truly beyond saving.
What? It's a small price to pay, isn't it? Otherwise, you're going to jail, you criminal. Well, a criminal label does seem to suit you, though.
You're right. If Miriam testifies, it might make a huge difference.
Exactly. So just pay up already and save us all some trouble.
Of course, I refuse.
Oh, really? Fine. Rot in jail, criminal. I'll contact Miriam right now and make sure you get what's coming to you. Listen, why? This doesn't make any sense, does it? I can't wrap my head around it. Why would Miriam side with you? For her to betray me? Her own mother? It's unthinkable.
I get it. She's truly a wonderful child. She's been trying to protect you all this time. It even took the help of her dad and a whole week to convince her.
What? What are you talking about?
Why do you think we waited for an entire week? If I only needed the recording, I would have gone to the police the very same day. I didn't need you to tell me how weak that evidence alone would be. I knew that better than anyone.
Then why?
Why do you think I encouraged you to go on that trip? It was so I could talk to Miriam. I even contacted your husband who's been away on assignment and told him everything. He was shocked beyond words. It seems you've been playing the role of the perfect wife and mother in front of him.
Oh no, for that reason? You told me I should relax because I must be tired from everything that's been going on.
Why would someone like you, the perpetrator, need relaxation? The one who needed care the most was Miriam. And yet you left her with me and went off on a trip by yourself. It's truly unbelievable. Anyway, I'm heading to the police now to report everything.
Wait, if you do that, you don't think this will give me a criminal record, do you? I can't have that.
What are you even asking? A criminal record?
Oh, I guess not. There's no way it would go that far.
It's the opposite. Arson is a serious crime. Forget just a criminal record. You'll undoubtedly face imprisonment. And not just for a short time, it will be a long sentence.
No! Why does it have to go this far? Did I do something to make you hate me this much?
Are you seriously asking me that?
I mean, think about it. It wasn't your house that burned down, was it? So why? Oh, is this about the household goods I took? Fine, I'll pay for them, so please.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Then why?
Why? Why would you put your own child through this? Isn't the reason obvious? It's all about Miriam. Have you ever stopped to think about how much she has suffered and worried because of you?
What do you mean?
It's heartbreaking. No matter how terrible a parent you are to her, you're her only mother. Do you understand the weight she has carried for you? The sacrifices she's made? She's not even 10 years old, and yet she's been enduring so much for your sake. It's painful to imagine.
Miriam, has she been thinking about me that much?
Hearing this, I doubt it'll move you. Expecting someone who's abandoned their responsibilities to suddenly develop a sense of motherhood might be too much.
That's not true. I understand her feelings. I need her. Are you trying to take her away from me? Do you realize how much that would hurt her?
Even in this situation, your priority is still protecting yourself, isn't it? But I'm glad. It seems we're finally moving toward resolving this.
What? What do you mean, you're glad? I don't understand any of this.
Actually, right now, both Miriam and your husband are here with me, watching this entire exchange.
What did you say? Wait, is that true?
This has been an incredibly difficult decision for her. But seeing your true colors laid bare like this, she's finally made up her mind.
Made up her mind about what?
The child who has been lying to protect you has decided to tell the police the whole truth.
No! I won't let that happen. She would never betray me. She's not that kind of child.
Victoria's life completely fell apart. She was sentenced to prison and sent to serve her time. Despite her desperate self-defense and refusal to admit her guilt, the evidence and testimonies were overwhelming. In prison, she's reportedly an outcast. She seemed to believe she was special, but reality is far less kind. Now, she either gets ignored or faces harsh treatment daily. Even after her release, her future doesn't seem bright. The damages from the arson she committed are massive, and she still holds the responsibility for paying them off. What she'll do from here remains uncertain. Her husband filed for divorce shortly after her arrest. She apparently never imagined he would leave her, and reportedly argued that this is when a family should stand by each other. But rather than staying, he chose to move forward with his life. Naturally, Miriam has completely rejected her as well. She realized that there was nothing about her mother she could depend on, even as her daughter. Now she lives with her father, starting a fresh, optimistic chapter in her life. Seeing her brighter and more cheerful is the greatest relief of all. As for me, I continue to spend loving moments with my own daughter. I intend to stay grounded, cherishing the small happiness we have, and making sure it never slips away. Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.